welcome. Catching the last rays of the sun here. What do you think? What do you think, Jensen? You awake? We've just about got the last rays of the sun, fast approaching sunset time, and walking to one of my favourite stretches of the walk, where we've got the archway and the pinnacle. I don't think we'll make up to the pinnacle today, but we'll probably go Archway Brook and then cross the fields on the way home. I think Jensen has at last fallen asleep. He tends to just drop off in the carrier. I'll stop shortly and just lower him down in it so his head's not bobbing around. But yeah, it's not a bad day. The sunset's going on over there. We're just walking along the path here. I'm still getting to grips with all the selfie stick and so the screen goes black, but the light's flashing, so it must be recording still. Blackbirds having a bit of fun in the hedgerow. Birds up there. Clouds are showing the colours of the sunset. Okay, so we're approaching the archway now. Anybody around? It's usually pretty peaceful this time of day. There are some people around. I won't stop here for too long. Yeah, the archway. Pinnacle is right over there. You can see the path up through that field, but it's getting a bit dark now, I guess. I stopped just back there for a little while and just adjusted the carrier. Pretty easy to adjust on the fly. It's a good carrier, this one. Pretty comfortable, not too expensive, and we certainly get our money's worth, Jensen and I. So this is a walk that I do pretty frequently, and also it's a bridle way, which means you can do it on horses, which I don't own a horse, but you can also ride your bikes up and down here. I ride my gravel bike down here and up. I was walking up here maybe like a month ago, so early January, and it was getting late, and there was a guy who was maybe in his 70s on a road bike cycling down here, and I had no idea what he was doing, and I don't think he had much of an idea what he was doing. But I wouldn't cycle down here on a road bike in the summer, but he decided to do it in the winter, growing dark. Who knows where he went, because none of this is appropriate for a road bike, and this is rough, and it just gets muddier and rougher. So I hope he made it back alright and not somewhere trying to wait for recovery. Anyway, down here, and I'll keep filming down here, and we get to the brook, and there's a bridge with some stepping stones, which we could try and step over, but I don't know if that's a wise thing to do when you've got your baby boy in the backpack. They should be dry, but they're quite wide apart, so you have to kind of do a bit of a big step to get from one to the other. Yeah. They do flop over to one side. That's unavoidable, I suppose. But he's not going to fall out. I was hoping there would be some really good colours for the sunset, but I don't think really we're going to get much. And trying to get to the spot where I wanted to start filming, you had to walk along the road, and I didn't really start recording because I would have felt like a wally, basically, talking to myself and recording on YouTube when there's people around. And I suppose as a YouTuber you kind of get used to that. But for me, a novice YouTuber, I would have felt a little bit out of place. That's the way we'll probably go in a moment. But see if we can get through all this mud here. And then we can see the stream and the trail up to the pinnacle. Oh yes, as you can see, it's a muddy trail. And my running shoes, my trail running shoes, I've got a reasonable grip on them, but still they do slip slide in this. I stacked it the other day, not here, but this sort of really goopy, sticky mud. Yeah, so here's the stream. Quite pleasant. Running quite high at the moment. In the summer it'll be a lot lower. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so I'm not going to try nipping over these stones today, but you can in the summer when the water's not so high, step from one stone to the other across. But I think we'd end up in the drink there, Jensen, if we tried that. Not a safe option. And then there's the trail up there, and you probably can't see the pinnacle, but maybe you can. It's at the top by those trees, and the sunset's going on over there. Some berries there. Nice. Right, let's get back through this mud. So we've come down there, and now we're off this way. Yikes. Mate, I'm no good at this selfie stick. Anyway, here we go, along this stretch. I was going to thinking about doing some kind of like arty shot with the camera like down by the water, and you could listen to the water for a minute or so. Be pretty chill, but it's getting dark, and yeah, I don't have a tripod or anything, so I don't know how I would set it up. I need to get all the kit. I actually today was trying to fix this camera onto my bike, but all the attachments that it came with, I couldn't really make it work for my handlebars. They're a bit too wide, and then it seemed to be a bit loose and rattle round. So I thought, I know, I should try and invent something so I could clip it on my handlebars super easy, like, you know, like a Garmin cycle computer. So I thought, wow, you know, what an idea. I could have a Garmin cycle computer and like a action camera mount all in one. Out front on the handlebars, it'd be really cool and super easy. And then I thought, I wonder if it already exists. And of course it does exist. You have these ideas sometimes, and you think like, yeah, wow, brainwave. But then, sure enough, someone's already thought of it and made it. And it's hard to do that, I suppose, these days, to actually like think of something so original and no one's ever thought about it before. There's so many people in the world, and everybody has ideas. How are you going to get some original idea? I know, I'll do this. Oh yeah, that was done 10 years ago, mate. Hacked to death by now. Buy them from Amazon for like £3. Well, a bit more, but anyway, it's coming tomorrow. Next day delivery on Prime, of course. And then can start getting some bike footage. but my video editing skills are naff. I have kind of learned a little bit over the last couple of days how to like just stitch clips together, and how you could put music over them and stuff, but I'm not going to be very good at it for some time. It's going to take a while until I'm up to a proper YouTuber standard of video editing. But I don't know if I really want to do that anyway. Just like one long shot like this, walking along, is fine. I don't need to have music or, you know, fancy shots of me walking along and by, and then to run back and get the camera again. And yeah, I'd like to do a bit like that, sure, but this is okay too. All these crops here, I don't know what exactly it is. It's like a winter crop. A lot of the fields that have this in at the moment, they've just got sheep grazing, and then the sheep just demolish all this stuff, and it's just like their feed, their winter feed for the sheep. I saw a lot of sheep in the fields with this kind of crop on it, and they were munching down on that. This is a gate, public footpath, keep dogs on a lead. Most of the footpaths will have these arrows so you know which way to go. Bridleways are blue, footpaths are yellow. There's a gate, and there we go. It's pretty easy to follow this path because you can see where everybody walks. Along here, I do like looking up at the trees, seeing all the naked branches against the sky. Beautiful trees. I do like these trees here. Bit mucky. A nice horse over there. There's an old church there that I've never been in. I don't know if it's open all the time. Looks very interesting, old building. See some birds up there. Lots of kites around here these days. Right up there. Ooh, free right overhead, Jensen. Keeping an eye out of us. Come on. Oh yes, Here we go. This is a little bit of a tricky one to get over with the backpack on. And here we've got a sign of spring. Lovely snowdrops. Been out for a little while now. Maybe a couple of weeks. I've been seeing those on the walks. And crocuses too. They're slightly harder to find. And daffodils are starting to sprout out of the ground, but they're not. I haven't seen any like flowers yet, just the green shoots. But they'll be a couple of weeks, I guess. This is a nursing home. All the old folks in there, tucked away safely for the night. Sun's down. Time to go to bed, guys. It's the old church. Okay. So we're another gate and then we're hitting the road. Not very interesting on the road. Into the village of Drayton. Right. Through this gate. Oop. Right. Well, there's the daffodils sprouting up, and I said I haven't seen any flowers, and then, boing, the first daffodil I've seen this year. Hello, old friend. You're the first. Bridal. Oh, yeah. Bridal. Oh. Nice. That was very pleasant. So I've, as you can see, 2.62 miles, not particularly fast walking, but it is probably a little bit over half a mile, 3/4 of a mile now, back home. So I won't bore you too much with just walking through the houses, and the content isn't that good, really. Yeah, a housing estate. But then, if you don't live in the UK, you don't know what a housing estate looks like in the UK. It's quite interesting. But maybe that's a video for another time. Now, you may recognize this trail here. It's what I walked along the other day when I did my first ever YouTube video. Currently with one view from me. Yep. Such is the popularity of my YouTube channel. Yes. And it's getting dark. And I don't know if you can even see YouTube fans. Gosh, there's a lot of motorbikes going along. What's all this? Anyway, that'll do. So, Jensen's snoozing away. He's probably been asleep for, what, half an hour? And I guess that's the end of the video. So, bye for now. Oh. Nice. That was very pleasant. So I've, as you can see, 2.62 miles, not particularly fast walking, but it is probably a a little bit over half a mile, 3/4 of a mile now, back home. So I won't bore you too much with just walking through the houses. And the content isn't that good, really. Yeah, a housing estate. But then, if you don't live in the UK, you don't know what a housing estate looks like in the UK. It's quite interesting. But maybe that's a video for another time. Now you may recognize this trail here. It's what I walked along the other day when I did my first ever YouTube video. Currently with one view from me. Yep. Such is the popularity of my YouTube channel. Yes. And it's getting dark. And I don't know if you can even see YouTube fans. Gosh, there's a lot of motorbikes going along. What's all this? Anyway, that'll do. So, Jensen's snoozing away. He's probably been asleep for, what, half an hour? And I guess that's the end of the video. So, bye for now.